Okay, good afternoon. This is Glenn again, and I'm going to do a video today on how to build your own schema from different source data. Um, Often the case, especially with NextGen 911, you have reason to have a special schema, particular to your project, perhaps, and you don't like the way things are laid out, and you just want to build like a blank template feature class from scratch that you could use over and over. Well, you could do this fairly quickly and easily, and I'm going to show you how. Now, this does require some thought on your source data, the layers you're going to use to build your schema. You're going to have some inkling of what it is you want to do, but once you do, that should progress fairly quickly. So what I've got here is just a test map, and I've got two layers, source one and source two. These are point layers, but they could be polygon, they could be line, and these have fields that you want to use, kind of mash them together in some kind of order to use in your project. So first things first is I've built the geodatabase over here, and fairly simple, straightforward. Just gave it a feature data set called addressing, and I have these two layers, these two feature classes in there. I'm going to make a new one. This is going to be my target. This is what I want to end up with. This is blank also. There's not anything in it. There's actually nothing in these two over here, but they could totally be loaded up full of data. It doesn't matter. I'm going to make this a point feature also. Next, next. And I know for a fact I want join ID up front. I don't know if the other ones have it or not, but I'm going to put that in there. And then I'm going to definitely, there's some other field that I know I want to be in this data that may not be part of the other two. So right now I'm just going to call it my field, and it's text, and it's 50, and I'm going to finish. So what I've done is I've created a new feature class that just has two fields in it. And if I go to the fields, there they are, join ID and my field. And now I want to bring in some of the fields from source one and two. And you're going to need to know what ones you want. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the field join tool to join fields from one layer to another permanently. Because this is a blank feature class, the data that might or might not be in these two things doesn't matter. No actual GIS data is going to transfer because this has nothing in it. We're joining fields, not data. This isn't a data load, this is a field join. So I'm going to go over to my tools, and pretty sure they have that on the, if I had that toolbar loaded, but I'm going to go to my Art Tools and Join Field. So my input table is the table or feature class to which the join table will be joined. So this is my target. And then the field I'm going to join on is object ID. You could pick something else, but because we're dealing with a blank feature class, it doesn't really matter as long as the fields you're going to join on are the same data type. So the table that we're going to join to it, or the fields we're going to bring in, come from source one. And the field that's going to be linking them is object ID. Again, there's really no link because there's no data in our target. Okay, even though these are the same field, there's no actual geometric data is going to get transferred, just fields. So as you can see, I did prepare blank, or some just a throwaway feature class as my source. This could be anything though, but I'm like, I need fields 11 through 18. And 22. I need those. Oh, and 4. That's it. Those are what I need to bring in. So to target 1, I'm bringing in these fields from source 1. And I say OK. And it did it. So if I go to target 1 properties now, and go to the fields tab, I have the 2 I first created and then the ones I brought in. And what I can do now is in catalog, I can right click on target, go to properties. In the fields tab of properties from catalog, I can say stop 1. I need to keep these separate from the other thing for some reason. I don't have to do this. I could just mush the other ones together right on the back of these. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that. I am not going to add a new field. But now I'm going to do another join to target from source 2 because there's stuff in there that I want to bring in. Again, this is blank. There's no data in it. When you're joining fields, if there's no data in here, no data is being transferred. Okay, I just want the field. So again, join field. The input table is my target. I'm going to do this on object ID. Source 2 has the fields I want to bring in. I'm going to base that on object ID. And here I need, we'll just say, oops, I don't like it when it does that. GH, this, these 2, and these 3. And that's what I want to bring in. I'm going to say OK. And they've been brought in. And if we go and look at our target, oops, properties, fields, okay. So there they all are. The ones that I first created myself, and then the ones from the number 1 from source 1, and then source 2 had all the lettered ones. And there they are. So now I've got a blank feature class with all the fields I wanted to have in it from 2 different sources. So now having this, in the example, I can't do it, but if there had been data in these, I could very much do a data load and pretty much seamlessly without error load data into target 1. But target 1 is now essentially a template. It has all the fields I want in it and in the order I wanted. I could go do another join, and go back to source 1 and bring a few more fields in just because that's the order I wanted them. This isn't great if you want to totally rearrange your field order. I would not recommend this. There's other ways to do that, but if there's just big, large chunks from fields from 2 different sources that you want to put together, this is a great way to do that. So again, that's how we do it. This is blank. You got now a blank target feature class with all the fields you wanted. And there you go. So, all right, that's it. That's all I wanted to show. Anybody has questions, you know where to find me. Thanks, guys. Bye.